We're going to talk about attachment B. Again, most importantly, we need to read the instructions and follow the instructions, and we'll get to where we need to be. Let's go through that just for grin's sake. This form must be completed by our home recipients to report all contracts and subcontracts, keywords here, regardless of the dollar amount, executed during the reporting period of July 1, 2013, June 30, 2014. Two key elements there. Regardless of the dollar amount, and executed contracts between July 1, 2013 through June 30, 2014. Please remember that to be the case because it will instruct you what you need to do from there. And we changed this form to include drop-downs so you can get through it a lot quicker. And you'll find you can put multiple contracts on here. And that's especially helpful for our Chodo folks because they could have multiple contracts going at the same time. Usually for state recipients, probably never have more than two, and unlikely you'll have two construction projects going at that time. So let me just go through a couple of the boxes here to kind of give you an idea of what's happening. In regards to some of the key places where we'll help you not get lost. Over here in column 6, we have a drop down there. If you record a date in here that's outside the reporting period, it'll tell you that. Okay? We'll get over here to the EIN number. If you put 10 numbers in there, it'll kick you out. If you only put 8 numbers in there, it'll tell you that's not enough. So again, we designed it, not we, our fiscal folks have designed this to help you get through this from the beginning. Appropriate. Yes, and like I said, you can put multiple contracts on this form. And we get lots of questions every year about the dollar amount or between when and when. The key to this form is when it was executed, when that contract was executed. Now, I'd probably tell you June 31st or July 31st is going to be here in a hurry. I would suggest to you state recipients, you know who your developers are. You generally know who your general contractors are. So you can find out or have a little meeting to find out who has executed contracts during that period. And even if the project's been going on for a while, I do know that sometimes late in the process, contracts do get signed. So be diligent to that fact because the HUD wants us to get all that information and record it. Let's see here. Now then, once you've done that part, there's a standalone attachment that needs to be completed by other subcontractors to the home recipient, and that would generally be the developer, and in the Chodo case, probably the general contractor. So you need to provide those people with what's known as a standalone, and it looks like this. Again, pretty much the same form with the same boxes. And again, this cascades down because in this case, Dewey, Cheatham, and Howe was a subcontractor, and they contracted with, over here in column 13, Gray Construction and Chen Architects. Okay? Now, again, these people, Gray Construction and Chen, may have entered into other subcontracts with subcontractors that they'll need to record. So these two organizations will be needing attachment B standalone reports also to provide to their subcontractors. And as you can see, this kind of cascades down through the entire contracting process of a project. And we're unmuted, right? So everybody's clear. Are there any questions in particular? In between times that you want to speak up?